we have Don Jones, who will be interviewing Aaron Drew, the Chief Product Officer at Bearn. So Don, do we have you on?
You do.
Awesome. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, and I'm glad everybody's joining us today. Got an exciting company to talk about that's it's got a little bit different approach to communicating with consumers and patients, providing them a reason to communicate, a reason to use an app, and has been developed over the last few years. I'm here with Aaron Drew, who's the founder and actually CEO. As well as being the Chief Product Officer of Bearn. I think he's worn lots of hats as the founders always do. But welcome, Aaron. And Aaron, maybe you could start by telling us, introducing the company Bearn and how you came up with the idea behind Bearn. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. Nice to be here, and was looking forward to kind of engaging in this discussion. I think, Bearn came about as a result, of kind of teaching my own son here in Cardiff about entrepreneurship and, wanting to educate him on kind of what it takes around using technology and building a company. And, it just kind of evolved under this initial mission of, what if we could earn and be incentivized and motivated for improving our health and fitness and wellness? And so, being in technology and being a serial entrepreneur, my brain just got going of, how do we use technology to build solutions to actually engage, consumers and patients to understand their health, and, what's the right way to create incentives and motivation. So that was kind of the initial.
Yeah, so the name Bearn, as I understand it, Aaron, came from the concept of burning calories combined with earning money, it's kind of grown as you've grown the business and built out the platform. You're kind of sitting at the edge between health and wellness and healthcare. So maybe you could describe a little bit more about what the experience is of a user using the Bearn platform, and then we can talk a little bit about how different kinds of companies are thinking about this platform as a tool in their businesses.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. In the beginning, the concept was connect the wearable, get paid for burning calories. What if you could get paid for, going on a run or going on a walk, or, that next gym visit? And like you said, it's really evolved to, how can we engage users and consumers and members in more behaviors, and that can range from things that we can validate, like hydration and sleep and eating healthy, to tying into things that might be relative to lab diagnostics and other metrics and values like weight. From a user perspective, really what we wanted to do is take a technology that takes a bunch of things that are kind of disparate and complicated, and bring an understanding of, where do I stand with my health? And really, one of the best examples that we could point to was in the financial industry with a FICO score and a credit score. And so everybody kind of understands that and what it means, and you can react and make recommendations to it. And so that's really what our aim has been with Bearn, is to really help people understand their health and give a metric and a score, that's really similar and on the same scale as a FICO score and credit score, because that's already something that people understand. And so as part of that, we've layered in, a lot of gamification and engagement with consumers to really create that motivation and constant interaction by tying in and rewarding for behaviors, that could be, using Uber Eats or Amazon Fresh or a hydration water bottle company, or, just things that they're doing in the course of their daily lives, but breaking them into kind of these micro daily behaviors that can earn and be incentivized and rewarded for. So it's a combination of the score becoming intrinsic and kind of the rewards and the gamification being extrinsic.
So I gather I'm interested in the app because I'm interested in how my score is changing over time. I'm looking at the app, but I'm also interested in how it's monetizing, how my activities are monetizing. So talk a little bit about how Bearn works with companies in a big marketplace to actually create the economics, to create rewards for people for the activities you want to encourage.
So we've created, this Bearn marketplace, that users are able to earn and engage with, and it's really kind of twofold. It's a merchant and advertiser funded marketplace where they're paying to basically engage with members and users, not necessarily, taking their data or sharing their data, but really, providing travel and hotel and products and services and local offers that people are excited about earning and then redeeming their rewards for. And so we've developed those partnerships at scale and have about 9 million monthly active users to that marketplace initially, and now we're in the process of kind of connecting those dots with Bearn partners and users.
So talk a little bit about what kind of economic value I might expect to earn over the course of a day, a week, a month.
So one of the things that's interesting, with partners and the way that we've built the system is that we can configure these rewards and incentives, based on the program or the organization where we're trying to drive behaviors and results. But in terms of the users, they can earn basically like, per calorie burned might be, a quarter of a penny or a half a penny per calorie burned. They can earn for streaks, they can earn for contests and competitions or hydration or any of these other behaviors that we want to define, medication compliance, et cetera. But on average, I would say they can earn, up to, close to $10 per day with this. And most users on average are hitting somewhere between $4 and $5 per day for contributing to the different behaviors that they're earning for.
So that can turn into some real money. That's more than my airline points.
Well, it's interesting because one of the things that we're trying to do is when you talk about airline points is, those points and earnings are traditionally siloed off. And so one of the ways that we've positioned to create the engagement and the motivation is to show people earning in actual dollars as opposed to points and discounts and cryptocurrency. We're also trying to cross silos and cross platforms and create Bearn as kind of this ubiquitous currency of health where people can use it across many of the different platforms like in Amazon or Peloton or other systems.
Maybe you could help the audience understand by taking a one of your clients, you don't have to name them, but one of your clients, just explain how a healthcare client thinks about incorporating Bearn specifically to reward activities they want to have happen.
One of the interesting ones that comes to mind is kind of a major lab diagnostic company and using Bearn to basically, become relevant, engage in communication and drive these behaviors. But one of the things that we're able to do with strategic partners in the space is kind of, incorporate data and incorporate, in this case, lab diagnostics into the picture to really become prescriptive and personalize the experience for the user. And so instead of taking kind of this one size fits all approach for all users, it's understanding the user, using biometrics, using technology that we built to do, digital face scans and body scans, and then incorporating along the way, things like these lab diagnostics, where we can really understand the individual. And so if we learn something, for example, that somebody is, diabetic, we might want to tailor a program for them where we're incentivizing and motivating activity, nutrition, and medication compliance. So we've really built this as a framework to be able to conform to, these different partners that we're bringing into the space.
So one of the interesting things I think is you've created a platform that causes people to look at their phone a lot for this application to see where they are on their health score, to see where they are on the rewards they've earned. And I think you found some health and wellness companies that recognize this is an opportunity to message their customers And so, because you've created the opportunity for them to look at the screen, and what goes on the screen can be personalized to that particular sponsor. Is that, how important is that concept of messaging your customer in the overall design of the Bearn product?
I think it's very important, and a lot of the partners, like the lab diagnostic company, or like some of the major gym brands or other partners that we have in the space, they're not the center of the universe for the user. So creating a way to become relevant and have that communication and be able to message based on age or gender or condition, becomes really important. And because you're incorporating and rewarding for things that people are doing in the course of their daily lives, and branded apps and things that they're using, it becomes a way to become more relevant and engage in that conversation.
I think if any healthcare entity that is building out and looking at how to build out a digital front door, that might consider pairing with Bearn, and as a result get lots of looks at per day, lots of opportunities to message, lots of opportunities to potentially reward. That's a pretty compelling proposition, I would think, for a digital front door challenge. So congratulations, Aaron, on coming up with a way to get people addicted to their phones and reward them for their activities. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.